Hello again, you guys. So this is part 3 of my decluttering series. I am in the same stuff I had on in my part 2 because I have already filmed everything decluttering wise. I'm just preparing the intros and outros. So excuse that, but in this video I will be decluttering all of my single shadows, pigments, loose pigments, pressed pigments, ColourPop stuff, as well as my palettes. There's Urban Decay and Kat Von D, Morphe. I will also be decluttering my blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. So if you want to see what I kept and didn't keep in this kind of category, just keep watching and I will see you guys at the end of the video. I will start with my bronzers because they are right here. If I am going to pass it on with a friend, I have a bin here and I have a garbage bin here if it's absolutely no good. So I have this Marcel bronzer. It's well loved, but I just don't reach for it anymore. I'll pass that on. Here I have a Benefit bronzer. It's getting low. I do have a backup, so I think I'm just going to pass this. I don't think I'll ever actually go through this plus the backup, so I'll see if a friend wants this, clean it up, and use my backup. This is one of the Balm bronzers. This is really warm on me, but I do really enjoy using this in the summer, so I'm going to hold on to this one. Next I have Studio Mac Fix. Honestly, this could very well be a fake. I got this at my old job. I have no idea. I got it really cheap, so I didn't really care. I can actually use this as a bronzer in the summer. I think I'm going to hold on to it for now just because I don't want to toss it, and I really don't think I have any friends that are going to be able to use this. So I'll see if I use it this summer, and if I don't, then I'll pass it on. This is the Becca Mineral Powder in the color Cherish. Again, my old work. I don't think I'll ever use this. It's pretty beaten up too. It's broken. I got it at a really good discount, so I'm just going to toss it. This is a palette that a friend gave me. It has a shimmery bronzer and a blush. They are actually both really nice on the face. I think I'm going to hold on to them a little longer and try and use them up a bit before I toss them. The clip is broken. These do depot, so if anything I might toss out the blush and keep the bronzer because it is really nice, especially in the winter. This is a Maybelline Dream Sun. I'm going to try and pass that on. I don't reach for it. This is a Master Bronze Maybelline. Again, pass it on. I don't really reach for it. This one's really nice, the matte NYX Matte Bronzer. This is more of a summer shade. It's in the color medium. I'm going to hold on to it for now. Love my Physician Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to hold on to this one as well. This is my NYX. I think this is a blush. Yeah, the blush color in taupe, but a lot of people say it's really good for bronzing with like someone with a little more cool tone skin. I'm not really that, so I'm going to pass it on. I have a friend that might appreciate the backup. This is an e.l.f. bronzer. I have no idea the color. I think this is so old. I'm just going to toss it. I don't reach for it, I'll be honest. It's a Too Faced Deluxe sample in Chocolate Soleil. I'm going to keep this. I do really enjoy it. Try and get some use out of that. And another Maybelline Dream Sun. I'm going to pass this as well. So this is what I'm keeping for bronzers. These are my blushes. This is a powder blush, Romantic Rose. I think I'm going to pass this on. I don't really find I get much pigment from it, so I don't tend to reach for it. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I'm going to keep that one. This is a Sally Hansen blush in the shade Poppy. Very pink. Honestly, I don't know the last time I used this, so I'll pass it on. I have two e.l.f. blushes. I do really like these. They're both pretty different. I'm going to hold on to them for now. One is in this shade Sweet Retreat and Cobo Cabana. I'll hold on to those for now and see if I wear them. This is a NYX blush, very dark. I will not wear that. Blush in the color Mauve, NYX. I think I'm going to toss that and pass it on. This is another Milani Baked Blush in Rose d'Oro. I'm going to pass that on. It's really glittery. Gosh. This is a old school limited edition Maybelline blush in the color Coral Burst. This looks amazing on dark skin tones. Thought I could rock it. Again, my old work. I don't think if I do pass this on, anyone would be able to wear it. I mean, maybe an eyeshadow. I'm just going to toss it. It's limited edition. My old work, I can only imagine how old it is. This is another one from my old work. I love this, but I think I'm going to toss it or pass it on. It's a very neutral blush, so I think someone else could get some use out of this. This is another Milani Baked Blush. Again, very glittery. It's Berry Amore. I'm going to pass that on. This is Cabana Boy by The Balm. I'm going to hold on to this for a little longer. It wasn't the cheapest thing, so hold on to it and see if I reach for it. This is an Essence blush that I broke the lid off of, but I just got it pretty recently and I'm loving it. So I might keep it on my vanity in one of the drawers and try and use it up and then toss it sooner than later because it's exposed to everything. You know what? It's so cheap. It's like $3. I think I'm just gonna toss it. Probably not the best thing to be exposed to everything, like I said. This is L'Oreal Project Runway Limited Edition Blush. No idea how old this is. It's really pretty on, but it's getting so old. I'm gonna toss that one. This is a Wet n Wild Color Iconic Blush in the shade Pearlescent Pink. I'm going to hold on to this one. I think I'm doing pretty good. And then I have my Tarte Color Wheel Blush Palette with like 2 highlighters. The reason why I was okay with getting rid of a lot of the blushes, like I really should have got rid of these, was because I have this and I need to reach for these more. So definitely going to keep this and try and use it up. Use it more often, I should say. Okay, so now I have highlighters. So first I have this Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer with SPF 15. I don't know why brands do this because this is clearly not a bronzer. It's very rough on the surface. It's very light. I thought I could use it under my eyes, but it has shimmer and it just doesn't work well. So I'm going to pass this on. This is an old e.l.f. highlighter in the color Moonlight Pearls. I'm pretty sure they discontinued it. It used to be baked, so it had like a bubble, but I broke it. And now I've just been holding on to it because I'm pretty sure it's discontinued. But it's just so low. I'm just going to toss it out. This is a Mirabella highlighter. It's very soft to touch. It's very pretty. This was an old makeup line I used at my old work. It's a little chunky, but then there's smaller ones in there as well. I'm going to hold on to this a little longer. It's really pretty. I don't reach for it enough. Another one I'm going to keep is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. This is very light, natural. I reach for this very often. I love it a lot, and it's very cheap. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. Next, I have the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip in Miami Strip. There's so many different colors in here. It's just kind of unwearable, honestly. I don't know. You know, you use the top 2 rows, and I don't know. It's not my thing. I'm going to pass it on. Next, I have a Quo Baked Bronzer in the color Sun Princess, but it's got a lot of shimmer in it. So I would consider it more of a highlighter. I don't reach for this, honestly, so I'm going to pass it on. Next, I have a Old Color Lift Blush by L'Oreal Visible Lift. This appears to be pink like a blush, but when it goes on, it's very golden with pink tones. It's much more of a highlighter. Next, I have the Visible Lift L'Oreal Color Lift Blush. I don't know. This is old. I don't even think you can buy this anymore. It's very similar to, I don't know which brand it is, but they have the bouncy blushes. So it has the same texture where you, like, when you touch it, it moves. It does say it's a blush, but when you apply it, it's like this pinky golden color. I would never put this all over my cheeks. I was planning on highlighting with it, but it's just, I don't know. I don't reach for it. It's very pink. So next I have the e.l.f. Baked Blush. This is again one of those products that claim to be a blush or a bronzer, but it's just not. This is still good. It's very nice, but I won't use this, so I'm going to pass it on. I don't reach for it. I also hate the little stickers that e.l.f. puts on their stuff because I always lose them. They always come off. And lastly, I have the Sonia Kashuk highlighter stick in Precision Sunlight, it looks like. It's so tiny. This is really nice, but I just, again, it's another one of those pink ones. I don't reach for it. It's kind of old, so I'm just going to toss it. So I'm keeping 2 highlighters. I cannot believe that. I have the Jaclyn Hill highlighter palette, though I also have these. Reach for these very often. Don't really reach for those, but I should definitely try. But I'm keeping that, so I will put those aside. Next I have here my single eyeshadows. So I will pull them out drawer by drawer and go through them. So first I have some Stila products. This I just bought. I am going to be keeping. It's the Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is a Stila Smudge Pot in the color Bronze. I got this at Winners. Never reached for this. Still feels okay, so I'm going to pass this on and see if someone else can use it. And then I have 2 of the Stila Magnificent Metal Eyes. These are really pretty. Bella's trying to get comfy. They're just really starting to feel dried out. This blue, at least, I'm going to toss that one. And as for the green, it's not dried out, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. It's so pretty. I'm going to pass it on. So lastly, in this container, I have my ColourPop eyeshadows. These are all from the Kathleen Lights collections, except this reddish one. I honestly think if I'm going to reach for something this color, it's going to be in a palette. So I'm going to pass this one on. My friend did give this to me because it was too bold for her. I like it, but I just don't reach for it, so I think I'm going to pass this one on because I can't see myself using this. That's in the shade Midnight. This is the color Blaze. I think I'm going to pass that one on too. It's really pretty, but again, I don't know. Do I have shadow colors like this? So I've decided I'm going to put the ColourPop Blaze in a maybe pile and compare some of my single shadows to it and see what I think. So for now, I'll put it here. These, I'm going to pass this one on. I never reach for this. This is the shade Glow in her where the light is. I won't reach for this, so I'll pass that one on. This is the shade Cornelius, which is so adorable. She named it after one of her dogs. I mean, she does that kind of stuff often. It's really pretty, but I think I'm going to try and pass it on, see if anyone else will use it. I've already hit pan on it, but I just don't reach for single ones that often. I have the shade Porter, which is named after her other dog. It's a little more standout. I think I'm going to keep this one for now. See if I can do something with these two colors. That would be fun. See, now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep this. I was doing so well. Weenie, I use all the time. I can see the pan there. I love that color. This shade is so different. I'm going to keep this one until it dries out on me. And the shade Kathleen Lights. Very pretty. I think I'm going to pass Kathleen Lights on, but keep Blaze. So far I'm keeping these. Next I have some Milani eyeshadows. This is in the color Bella Sand. Honestly, because it's a single little thing, I'm not going to reach for it, so I'll pass this on to a friend. Same with this one in Bella Cafe. Next I have some of the Infallible. So these ones, I will go through really quick. The Amber Blush, keeping, love it, so pretty. The next one, this is probably discontinued, but it's 01 Time Resin White. This is so old. I will try and find a picture when I use this in my inner corners. So I'm going to get rid of this. It is so old. Next I have All Night Blue in the shade 06. I don't know when I used this, how many times I used it, couldn't tell you. It's old, I'm going to toss it. Yeah, not going to use that. Still fairly new, so I'll pass it on and see if anyone else can get some use out of it. This is... It's really pretty, but honestly, I won't see myself reaching for it. Next, I have the Pixie Fairy Dust. Does anyone else have this, and anytime they open it, it gives them chills from the noise? Anyways, this is a very light, pretty, dusty pink. I was using this on my inner corners, and honestly, I hate opening it. Next I have some Color Tattoo Loose Pigments. These are really pretty. I've literally never reached for them. I'm not even going to look at them. They're going. Next I have some Color Tattoos by Maybelline. These are the cream ones, where those were the pigments, obviously. If they feel okay, I will pass them on. I mean, you could probably add stuff to this, but I can't see anyone getting use out of a purple one. This is a pretty red one, but it is pretty dry as well, so I'm going to pass that on. I totally got these being like, yeah, I'm going to use them as an eyeshadow base. It's going to make my eyeshadow pop. It's going to be great. Yeah, I never did. This has got a lot out of it, so I wonder what I did with that. Maybe I was just playing with it. I'm gonna pass that. This is a sheer blue. I don't know. They're pretty dry. I'm just gonna toss them. So literally this is the only thing I kept from that. So I am going to start with what's going to be easy. This is some random shadow that I got in some random kit. It actually broke in stores where I was working. Like, look how pretty that is. It's like a baked eyeshadow. Ugh. It's such a pretty bronzy color, but I literally never reached for it. I got it for free because it broke. Next in here I have Chocolate Dreams Kathleen Lights 100%. Made me buy these. So I have the eyeshadow in Chocolate Dream. That is really splotchy because my hand is wet. Honestly, never use this. I will pass it on. It's like brand new. This is a e.l.f. baked eyeshadow in the color Toasted. It is so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna pass this one on too. I never reached for it, and it's probably pretty comparable to one of those ColourPop ones. Okay, so this is Bella Pure Cosmetics. This was in a mall years ago, and I just started getting into makeup, and I was like, Mom, please buy this for me. I need it. And it was like some expensive deal when you buy, what is this, 9? Maybe it was 10 and I got rid of one. I don't know. So it was some special deal when you buy a bunch. You know, you get them cheaper or whatever the case is. And my mom being my mom, she was like, okay, pick some. You know, you're going to use them, then buy them. If you're not going to use them, don't. I was like, totally going to use them, Mom. It's been years. There is some very pretty ones, but if I'm not using them, I'm not going to keep them. Well, this should be easy. Bella Pure Cosmetics, if you don't know, I've seen it quite a bit in BoxyCharm. I don't know where else you could find this stuff. But this is a really pretty purple. I am not going to use it though. Oh, this is going to be hard. Look how pretty that is. This is going to be hard. Let's line them up. This is another really pretty champagne one. It's very golden. I think I'm going to pass this one on. Very pinky champagne. I think I can pass this on too. This is like a red. I remember the salesperson telling me that I can mix these in with nail polish. I could put them on my lips. She was telling me all these different things. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get some different ones. I think that's why I got like red and purple and very unwearable things. Because I was like, yeah, I can mix them. I can custom make things. But I'm not going to wear that red one. This is a really pretty one. Kind of an iridescent, but I will not wear that. This kind of looks like that other one. It's really pretty, but I won't reach for that. I won't reach for that either. I just have stuff like that in my palettes. This is a really pretty chocolatey brown. A lot of me wants to say to keep that, but I haven't used these, so I'm going to pass it on. This is a really dark purple. I won't use this either, so I'm going to pass that on. So, I think I'm going to keep this one. So, out of 3 drawers full of single eyeshadow kind of things, this is all I'm keeping. I think I did pretty good. I'm moving on to eyeshadow palettes, or palettes in general. This one's already out, and then I have this kind of filing thing. I got this at Winners or Home Sense. So this is my Messy Jaclyn Hill palette. I am going to pass this on to a friend. Just kidding. Obviously going to be keeping this palette. So this is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I get a lot of use out of this contour wise, so I'm going to keep that. This is my Shade and Light eye palette. One of my college friends got this for me for my birthday, and I loved it, but I never reach for it anymore. This is my Morphe X Kathleen Lights palette. I have so many mixed feelings about this palette. I just want it because it's expensive for Canadians. Like, I mean, Morphe's a very good price, but for a Canadian, the shipping and exchange and customs at the door, it just kills you. So I think I'm going to keep it a little while longer. Hopefully with decluttering a bunch of my eyeshadows, I will now reach for this and try and use this up a bit. We will see. Next, I have this Ofra Pro palette. Oops. Oh, well, this eyeshadow came out of its pan, so I'm going to toss that. So some of these eyeshadows I had depotted, which you can probably tell the ones I depotted. And some of the other ones actually came in this Ofra palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm a few months ago. Months and months ago, I should say, actually. So these I've actually separated. I do not want any of these, so I'm going to pass them on. Next, I have just a like custom palette that I got. So these are all Morphe eyeshadows. And I've kind of just customized this palette. I mean, I'm not really in the mood to swatch these and get rid of what's in here right now. I'm not going to declutter it. I mean, taking eyeshadows out of here is not going to save space anyway, so I will hold on to this, see what I can do, and maybe change it up a bit. I thought for the longest time that I wanted and needed to have all of the Naked palettes, and then eventually I was just like, you know what? I don't want them. I don't care for them. I don't know what it is. Shout out to my friend who broke this. Girl, I love you. It's fine. She was like, I'm so sorry. Anyways, I don't use the brush. I keep it in here, use it when it's in here, but I hate storing these kinds of brushes because they're double-sided, so I will pass on the brush and the eyeshadow palette. This is a concealer palette. I'm going to hang on to this a little while longer. I use this color here for fake freckles, and this concealer for obvious reasons. This matches me, and this is for redness. So I'm going to try and get some use out of the rest of the stuff. Next, I have this Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow palette. Obviously enjoyed it while I was using it, but I don't reach for it anymore. I have so many other shadows, so I'm going to pass this on. Clearly, I did not get along with BoxyCharm stuff because I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff that I got in my BoxyCharm. So again, these are really pretty. This is all really wearable, but for someone who has so much eyeshadow, I just don't use this. So I'm going to pass it on. Someone's going to really love it. Next, I have my Sad MAC eyeshadows. I don't know if I'm going to continue buying MAC eyeshadows, but for now, I'm going to keep these. Naked 2 Basics by Urban Decay. Now, the only use I get out of this is the primal one. I use it for my brows sometimes, but it's not worth holding it and keeping it around. I'm going to pass it on and see if someone else wants it. Next, I have my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. I love this palette. Every time I open it up, I'm inspired to do something fun and different. And next I have a Coastal Scents 10 Blush palette. I probably used these 3, maybe these 2, but like, actually that's probably what I used. These 4. Very pretty, but the rest of them I won't use, so I'm going to pass that on. Next I have this Z palette. This has a mixture of stuff. At some point I think I'm going to declutter these these small shadows down here, but for now I'm going to leave them these Tiffany kind of blue-greeny colors. I want to do an eye look out of. This is a glitter injection eyeshadow. I love this for Halloween. It's very pretty. So I'm going to try maybe at the end of 2018. I'll toss this out. Just because there's probably like, there's got to be, it's so, like, I don't know. It feels like Vaseline. I'm going to hold on to that one for now. And I'm going to declutter some of these. So this is a Makeup Forever eyeshadow. I'm going to keep that. And this is a really pretty gold one, but I just don't get use out of. So I'm going to pop these in here actually. This is one that I've depotted. It was Cargill eyeshadows. And this is the same thing. It's really pretty, but I just don't get use out of that. I'm also going to get rid of this one, and I will keep these three. These two are the bigger Morphe ones. These are really pretty on the eyes. Very deceiving in the palette, but very pretty on the eyes. Next I have this bigger Z palette. Honestly, I said I was going to keep these, but I'm just going to toss them. So I don't know how I'm going to give those away. They don't all fit in there. I don't know what to do with these. And lastly, I have two Morphe palettes. One is the 350. I'm going to keep this. I get pretty good use out of it for now, so I'm going to hang on to it. And lastly, this is my customized Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. I looked up the colors, the names of the colors, and I bought them separately and put them into a palette. So one day I might declutter this, like this peachy one here I won't really use. There's a lot of lighter ones that I probably won't really reach for either. And maybe a few of the dark ones on the bottom. Some point I will declutter those, but for now I'm just going to keep them where they are. So that is all for my eyeshadow palettes. The last thing I have is a kind of back stock. So I'm going to put these away quickly. And I'll show you things that I loved so much I bought doubles of, basically. Alright you guys, so that was the end of part 3 of my decluttering. I have to say this was my favorite part and probably the hardest part of decluttering. I love my eyeshadows, but I really had to get rid of things that I wasn't reaching for. Next, I hope to declutter my brushes and my nail polish. So if you want to see that, make sure you like this video so I know you're interested. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And share it with your friends to inspire them to get rid of stuff they're not using. Subscribe for more videos, guys, and let me know what you guys would like to see below, as well as I will link all my social media links below if you want to keep up with me there. I'd love to hear from you, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!